Could this 0.7% owned differential be your new FPL move this week? And how do we deal with all of the FPL transfers we've just unlocked? Well, in today's transfer tips video, we're taking a look at the hottest transfers in FPL right now, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on whether they should be transferred in or out of your FPL teams. So, let's get into this. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's transfer tips video. Of course, we're taking a look at the hottest transfers in FPL right now. I'm going to give you my thoughts on them. Of course, we're kicking things off with Harry Wilson, but just before we do that, if you are not subscribed to the channel just yet, make sure you are clicking that sub button for future FPL content. And of course, like today's video as well. It literally will just take you 2 seconds to do. It's one of the best ways to support my channel. It'd be greatly appreciated if you could like and sub on today's video. But Harry Wilson, what do we think of him? He's the hottest transfer in FPL right now. Are we too late or are we at the right time here for Harry Wilson? So, game week 13, Spurs, that's 10 points he scored. 14 against City, 8 points. 15 against Crystal Palace, 8 points again. Last week in game week 16, when I told a lot of you to start buying Harry Wilson, 16 points. Those past 4 weeks have been really great for Harry Wilson. Now he's getting a lot of attention after that 16-pointer. Could we be too late on him? I think it's incredibly team dependent to whether you bring in Harry Wilson right now or whether you just ignore him. Because we've got Forest at home. I think it's an okay fixture. You've got West Ham away from home. It's away from home, but still it's West Ham, a very shaky defence. Crystal Palace away from home. Crystal Palace very tired with the amount of fixtures they're going to have to be playing here. Could that be an okay fixture? I think the next 3 games are decent for Harry Wilson, and some of them quite good, especially that West Ham game, I feel. So, for the next 3 weeks, in my eyes, Harry Wilson's a good move. But my concern comes with if we're making this a sort of longer term move, as you can see here. When we take a good look at these fixtures, because at the end of my graphic we had sort of that Leeds game away from home in 22, but when we look past 22, we're not really getting into the good fixtures for a while here. We're sort of expecting maybe, game week 28, game week 27, where the good fixtures start. Sunderland away, that's not an easy fixture. Spurs at home, I would say that's a good fixture, but the rest of the fixtures are pretty mid. You've got the next 3, great. Leeds away in 22, not bad, but you're away at Ellen Road. I think a lot of it comes down to personal preference. What do you think of the fixtures coming up? How do you think you could deal with just making a shorter term move till about game week 19 with the Harry Wilson? I think that's the optimal time to own him. Perhaps you've missed the boat, or perhaps it was the exact right time to be owning Harry Wilson. Let me know what you think in the comments, and of course, if you made that move last week, congratulations. He's absolutely popping off right now. We've spoke about Enzo Fernandez quite a lot on the channel recently, and it's mainly to do with Cole Palmer's return to the Chelsea side. What has that done to Enzo Fernandez? Well, it seems to have pushed him much further back. He's not that attacking output and creative piece that we really owned Enzo Fernandez for in that Chelsea side. And of course, he might not even have penalties anymore. Cole Palmer's probably going to take them back. So, for me, those things drastically impact him as an FPL asset, and we've seen that in recent weeks. We've just had the issue where he's had a few good fixtures left. We went, you know what, let's just hold him for them and see what happens. He's still on a few set pieces. Let's just wait and see. He's not done anything in those games, in all honesty. Maybe a clean sheet or 2 there, but that doesn't really help too much with the midfielder. Hardly any defensive contribution points, even though he's changed to a deeper position. And of course, now we're in the position where we've got hard fixtures coming up. The issue with positioning is not going to change. I feel like I'm saying positioning every 2 seconds here, but at the end of the day, fixtures coming up are not great. He's playing a lot deeper, and I think Cole Palmer's just going to slowly take over his minutes. I think Enzo Fernandez is a sell. EKITIKE has just scored back-to-back braces in the Premier League, and of course has gotten himself back-to-back 13 pointers for FPL. He's got a lot of attention from those recent hauls, and of course the fixtures coming up are really quite good for Liverpool. Spurs away, Wolves at home, Leeds at home, and then of course in a few weeks time Burnley at home as well. These games are not to be ignored, in my opinion, for Liverpool assets as a whole, whether you're looking at defence, midfield or forwards. The only issue I think with EKITIKE is we just really can't place his minutes right now in that Liverpool side. It's practically impossible. It really is. We just need to know, basically, is Isak fit enough to play? If not, EKITIKE probably starts. But then we're just saying probably. We don't know for a fact if he does. It's so hard to predict. I mean, in the last two games, the Leeds game, that's 83 minutes. Not too bad. Brighton at home in game week 16, you've got 77 minutes. Again, it's not great, but it's not too bad. But the weeks before that, he's hardly getting anywhere near 60 minutes. He's got 55, 35, 22 and 16 minutes. Like, we just can't really trust that at the moment. Hopefully, when we get more news midweek, maybe this indicates a sign that EKITIKE could start. But would I really be surprised that for any of the up-and-coming 6 fixtures, he's actually just benched and Isak starts? No, I really wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. So, yeah, there's a big issue with that. But if you want to take a gamble on minutes, on starts, I think the fixtures are really great for Hugo EKITIKE and Liverpool. The main topic of conversation yet again with Jean-Philippe Mateta are his minutes. You'll see 6.6 million on this graphic. That is incorrect. He is 7.8 in FPL. And I do want to take your attention to the official FPL website for this one, because in my eyes, the minutes are the talking point here, because we can look at the fixtures coming up. For the next 3 weeks, I think Jean-Philippe Mateta is an absolute hold. You've got Leeds, you've got Spurs, you've got Fulham. 2 of the game's home fixtures, they're really good fixtures in my eyes. The issue is, he's barely getting past 60. Barely. And that's a huge problem for us FPL managers. He can't be getting just 60 minutes for the amount we're paying for him. So the question is, should we sell him with this amount of minutes, or do we take note that maybe he's rested in some of these midweek games coming up in this busy December period, and we expect him to start and play a lot of minutes in these games? It's an extremely hard one to call, but for me, Jean-Philippe Mateta, right now, I would hold on to him. Leeds away, decent fixture. Spurs at home, brilliant fixture. Fulham at home, pretty good fixture as well. I think we hold on to Jean-Philippe Mateta, even though his minutes have been pretty poor. I think there's hope within these games. I asked the most powerful FPL algorithm in the game what its suggested moves were this week, and it actually was to sell Declan Rice and buy a 0.7% owned differential. We'll get to that differential very shortly, but firstly with Declan Rice here, it's more to do with Arsenal as a whole here, because the fixtures, attacking-wise, going forward, I think have come to an end now. We're looking at some pretty solid teams coming up for the next couple of weeks here. Some pretty hard games, in all honesty. So I think now that Wolves fixture has passed, Declan Rice's appeal going forward has drastically dropped off. We're still looking at Declan Rice taking set pieces, getting the occasional defensive contribution point, but for me, the fixtures coming up are good enough to warrant a sell of Declan Rice, and really look forward to this 0.7 actually percent owned differential you could potentially bring in this game week. Let's take a look. The night manager's approved transfer that you should bring in this week is actually Kevin Schade of Brentford. I cannot believe he is only 0.7% owned in FPL. With the fixtures he's got coming up, I think he could be an incredible move, especially coming back now from suspension after a good rest for the Premier League. And of course, if you don't know who night managers are, they are the best performing FPL algorithm in the entire game. They are, in the last 2 seasons, really top performing. 14k on average for the last 2 seasons, beating out massive content creators. And of course, I am partnered with them this season. So if you do click the link in the description and use code FPLMOGS at checkout, you're going to get 2 free weeks of night managers. And you're going to get suggested moves like this that have incredibly high upside, 0.7% owned for Kevin Schade in FPL. I think it's an amazing move you could make, and of course, is approved by night managers this week. For game week 17, we're looking at that Wolves away fixture. Brentford could score 4, 5 goals. People going to Wolves can really dominate them. They are absolutely terrible. But even past that, Bournemouth at home just conceded loads against Manchester United. Spurs at home been conceding goals like God knows what. Everton away, pretty difficult fixtures. Sunderland at home, maybe Sunderland could struggle away from home. Brentford looking for a little bit of revenge of what happened at the start of the season. I think Kevin Charter, personally, it's a really great move, and of course approved by night managers in FPL here. Chalobah is an incredibly interesting one this week because a lot of FPL managers are bringing him in, but I'm not quite sure why. I know Chelsea have been doing pretty okay recently, but it just feels like the wrong time to be looking at Chelsea assets with the fixtures they've got coming up. Yes, Chalobah has done pretty decent in recent weeks, a very good asset, but as we stated with Enzo Fernandez before in the video, their good fixtures have run out for a while now, so we're kind of looking at sort of the next 4 pretty difficult fixtures, but in game week 21 you could look to buy this guy and bring him in because the fixtures do change a little bit for Chelsea. So if we take it down from 21 here, Fulham, Brentford, Palace, West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, I'm going to be looking at Cole Palmer, maybe a Chelsea defender at that point, but we're looking at the shorter term up and coming fixtures that he's got to play first. They're not that good, and I don't think they're good enough to warrant the move for Chalobah this week. Let me know what you think in the comments though. Should we be getting Chelsea assets early, or should we just buy them when the fixtures turn good? As a Sunderland fan, I can't not mention the Derby win. What a game it was, and what a goal from Sunderland's brand new signing, Nick WOLTEMADE. What a beautifully taken header that was. All jokes aside, guys, we need to speak about him in FPL here because I do think his appeal has started to dim down a little bit now, especially with the fact Johan Wissa is back and is ready to play minutes for Newcastle. So in my eyes, I'm looking at the next few fixtures and I'm thinking, well, in game week 19, could we actually expect Johan Wissa to be starting at that point for Newcastle? A few weeks had passed, he's got a few minutes off the bench already. Newcastle needing a little bit of a change up in my opinion. I think in a few weeks' time we see WOLTEMADE's minutes either be drastically reduced or we even see Johan Wissa start some games, which maybe indicates him as a good FPL pick, but we'll see when we get to that point. So for me, the appeal of WOLTEMADE has drastically dimmed down in recent weeks, and of course, a big thank you to him for scoring for my team Sunderland in the derby. Tomorrow you can expect my team selection video for game week 17, so make sure you're looking out for that. And of course, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you've clicked the like button, and if you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and click the sub button as well for future FPL content and FPL streams. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.